I'm deeply honored to be here today to share a statement on behalf of the government and the people of Kiribati in relation to this Climate Action Pacific Partnership event. The work we have ahead of us will be arduous but a challenge nonetheless that can be overcome through partnership, ambition, and collective efforts. Climate change is a phenomenal threat that we must all put before us. At the outset, I wish to thank and acknowledge with appreciation the warm welcome and excellent hospitality extended to me, my wife, and members of my delegation. It is encouraging to see a positive initiative of partnership of this kind to harness the opportunity offered to our region to one of our dear brothers' presidency role for COP23. I congratulate you, Mr. Prime Minister, your government and team as you steer us with your leadership and guidance in the months to come and during your COP23 presidency. There is nothing new about climate change as it is apparently ubiquitous. But what is new is the more concerted and coordinated effort and approach that we as a Pacific family are now seriously demonstrating. So in that context, allow us all to join our hands together for a round of applause for Fiji's leadership. Thank you. Our region should continue to remain steadfast to fight against the greatest threat of climate change, seriously affecting our people and land despite unique disparities and the isolation of our region. Climate change waves and severity vary from country to country, from people to people, and warrant urgent attention and collective global commitments, and above all, urgent action. We live with our people and not witness the calamity of climate change disturbing our daily lives. As leaders of this region, we hope our children, grandchildren, and their children a wealthy, healthy, and peaceful future. We hope them action that will address the challenges of climate change, actions that guarantee the future of our global family and our one and only home. Action that will guarantee that no one will be left behind, but far more important, urgent actions to address the increasing disasters of climate change. Indeed, we cannot do it alone as our coffers are unable to cope to combat the impact of climate change. Accessing and fast-tracking disbursements of far-needed financial resources from climate change, financing facilities like the Green Climate Fund, Adaptation Fund, to name a few, remain a challenge to our region only due to stringent procedures that we have to satisfy. Time is fast running out, and the extensive damages and cost implications are on the rising tide. We simply cannot afford to wait. We must take charge of our own routes and put in place innovative financing modalities to provide solutions to our problems. My government is leveraging our sovereign wealth funds as collateral for concessional debt financing. We are looking for at concessional debt financing with an interest rate of 1% or 2% and will be reimbursed when climate change funds are made available. Kiribati is a large atoll ocean state burdened by climate change impact, which knows no boundary. The health and validity of our oceans to support sustainable development and livelihood of our people is uncertain. Therefore, protecting the ocean isn't just a conservative issue, it is an issue of survival as well. Our highland economy simply cannot survive on a deteriorating marine base. I urge this gathering to consider and maintain critical importance our oceans as one of our key messages at the end of this partnership event. Kiribati urges global action to limit carbon emission below 1.5 degrees Celsius. We all accept the fact that our contribution to climate change is marginal, but nevertheless, we are the ones that suffer the most. This is demonstrated through our genuine commitments in our nationally determined contributions, and they should be committed to do their part. Furthermore, a pertinent issue which holds true to our region and one that Kiribati strongly encourages support towards during this process and in the lead-up to COP23 is that of loss and damage. We must be considerate of the short and long-term futures of climate change and have mechanisms in place to cater for these forecasted issues. Climate change requires global commitment and actions. As global citizens, we have a moral obligation to ensure our future is safe and secure. It is our belief that our global community, with the available resources, capacity and capability, commit to filling and bridge the gaps in terms of resource mobilization, technologies and capacity to ensure adaptation, and mitigation measures are undertaken globally and more specifically for SIDS and the least developed countries. The pledges made by our bigger brothers and the mobilization of financial resources as quickly as possible have significant impacts on our adaptation efforts against climate change implications, ranging from food security, health, increasing salinity in our waterlands, and the eroding of our shorelines. Furthermore, let us not be discouraged by the global politics and the US government pulling out of the Paris Agreement. We must move forward regardless of these unpleasant efforts to stall the solution to a global crisis such as climate change. Let the great invisible land of our Lord be our anchor and our motivation in times of uncertainties. There will be obstacles and the challenges will become greater, which is why we must all move forward together as a region if we are to address this global issue. If there is a will, there will always be a way. And the Pacific region certainly does not lack that will to move things forward. Mr. Prime Minister, this event strengthens our collective will as much as it gives us hope of rising to the challenge as one Pacific family. I wish all of us fruitful deliberations with our Kiribati traditional blessings of the Maori Te Roi, Adutabamo, meaning health, peace, and prosperity. Kampesendapa, Vinakavakalev.